Recording in studio. Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about summer savings tips from APS. Now with heat coming up, especially in these summer months, they've shared some summer savings tips for each of you to save energy and to save money on some of your bills. Some of the things they shared was, simple steps like replacing your LED light bulbs. LED light bulbs, they're a lot cheaper and they help save energy and keep your room cooler as well when they're emitting heat. Another simple step that they shared was changing, our air filters so that in our fan and our air vents, the more we change our air filters, at least monthly they were suggesting, it makes it easier for your AC to run. They said when your AC filters and air vent filters are filled up, your AC has to work a little bit harder, which then makes your costs go up. But when you replace it at least monthly, that helps keep it clean, and your AC doesn't have to work as hard as it would need to. Other tips they shared was making sure that your blinds and curtains are closed. That helps keep some of the heat out. Of course, if you want some natural light, that's totally okay to open up those blinds and curtains, but it will always bring in a little bit of heat. If you're sitting outside, maybe going underneath a plant or sitting in some shade, that will help keep you cool as well. Other things they shared is installing a small thermostat, as well as using ceiling fans. Now they did share that ceiling fans aren't meant to keep rooms cooled, they're meant to keep people cool. So if it doesn't make sense, they shared to just leave the fan running all day, that's not gonna cool down the room, but it does keep people cool when they are inside those rooms, they're sitting underneath the fan. They recommend to have your fan going counterclockwise to help keep some of that heat down. One more thing they did mention was limiting a little bit of that you're cooking with using smaller appliances. So instead of using, microwaves, ovens, stovetops, that does heat up the house. And so to help limit that, try using a little bit of those smaller appliances. And then one more thing they mentioned was pre-cooling. They said that pre-cooling has become something popular that people have been using, and that helps pre-cool during the day. And then at nighttime, when it's around 78 degrees, then you can start turning your AC up and just using pre-cooling when the rates are a little bit lower. Now, if you're wondering, what rates are well for you, what works best, they said to make sure you check your rates plan, check your bills plan, so you can choose the one that's best for you. They said, with the kids coming home from college during the summer and, kids staying home from school, people will start using the AC a lot more now. So check those rates to see if you want one that's, higher rates during the day or higher rates at nighttime when your family will be out. Check which rate is best for you online. They also will have 2 open houses coming up next week. So on June 25th and June 26th, they'll have an open house at the Thomas Alt Utility Complex from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There you can talk with a customer service rep to see if you are eligible for any billing assistance programs or just to hear a little bit more about your specific bill. You can visit our website to hear a little bit more about those billing assistance programs, and we'll also have stories a little bit later today to hear from those representatives, to hear a little bit about those billing assistance programs, and to hear from them again some of those tips that I just shared right now. If you are just tuning in now, hi, welcome. We are sharing some APS summer savings tips, especially with the times heating up, especially with summer around the corner. They shared a lot of very helpful tips to help keep you cool in your home, but to also help keep those bills a little bit lower. Some of the things they shared was switching your light bulbs to LED light bulbs. They shared that was a cheaper alternative, and it also helps keep a little bit of that heat out. With those LED light bulbs, you're saving the heat that's within the room, and then you can also save some of that heat by, changing to curtains that are, blackout curtains. I just switched to those to help keep some of the heat out if the sunlight is facing your room. Also, you can just close blinds, close your curtains to help keep a little bit of that heat out. Limit a little bit of your oven use or maybe microwave use. Switch to smaller appliances to help keep that heat out of your house. You can also change your air vent filters. That helps, your AC doesn't have to work as hard as it would need to. And then because it's not working as hard as it would need to with a dirtier filter, that means that your bill can be a little bit cheaper. You can also switch to installing a small thermostat or using a ceiling fan. They did mention ceiling fans don't keep the room cool, but they do keep people cool if they're sitting there in front of the ceiling fan. Make sure it's going counterclockwise as well to keep some of that air down so those people who are sitting in front or sitting underneath the fan can start to feel cool. And then pre-cooling is also a really great method they mentioned that has become very popular. Pre-cooling, during the day, and then the evening is when you can start turning those ACs up or when rates are lower for you, depending on your specific bill. Thank you so much. You can tune in a little bit later at our 5, 6, and 10 p.m. shows here a little bit more about the APS tips. Reporting in studio, Danielle Burke-North, News 11.